Hello again everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're moving over to the 16-bit systems this time, and we're going to be playing a little pool with Side Pocket on the Sega Mega Drive. This is a game that started off in the arcades, but it was ported to the Mega Drive most notably, I suppose, and the Super Nintendo as well. I think many people have got their favourite version. For me, my favourite version is the Sega Mega Drive one. I don't actually own the Super Nintendo one. I might own it on Game Boy, but I can't quite remember. But anyway, we're not going to be doing trick games because one of the problems with me in any kind of snooker / pool game is that cue ball control is my biggest enemy. So I can aim, but I can't really control the cue ball other than up and down. Like, I don't know how going right is going to affect this shot, or I'll try it out. I'll experiment when we go through this anyway. So I'm going to put top spin on this. We're going to go max and take that shot, and we got a green already. Nice. So the idea of this game is you've got to score a certain amount of points, as you saw in the little screen before. The idea is to get a certain amount of points and to clear the stage. How do you do that? So you earn points by potting the balls in order and by having consecutive pots as well. So I've already screwed that up, so I haven't potted this time around. But the blue is the closest. Now, one of the things is there is no real finesse in the aiming with this game. So it's, as you can see, like it kind of snaps a little bit. So no total finesse, which is understandable. It's an old game, but I think that's probably where the spin comes into play on this game. It's an absolute classic though. It's look, there you go. I've missed that. It really is a great game. Let's try that again. We're going to have to hit that blue. So at the top left-hand corner as well, we've got our score, and you've got the balls. And these balls here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 balls. They're like your lives. They're your shots that you're allowed to play. When you run out of those, the game is over. So the idea is to try and be as accurate as possible, really, as it is with any pool game. But it's a really unique concept. It's a really great game. I love this, and if you haven't played it before, I highly encourage you to go ahead and do so. So now with this one here, you can see the way the line is aiming on the yellow ball there, which I think is number 1. Yep, B changes that. Is that's not hitting it straight, so I don't think that's going to go in. But I'm going to give it a go. But I knew that would miss. So up the top of our screen as well, we've got our power gauge. It actually tells you what the next ball is you should really be aiming for to keep the number sequence to score as many points as you possibly can. So again here, that's not going to get in. So I don't know what to do. So I mean, like, maybe if I just try putting a bit of like left on it or something. No, it's probably a bit of right I needed. That's what confuses the life out of me. I can never get that right. So it's just one of those things, really. But that's how I used to always play this game as well. Like I just used to kind of hit and hope. That's probably, unfortunately, how it's kind of always going to be. So, like here, will I need to go and add some right to it in order to affect that shot? See, I don't think so. I think that was lucky, but I think more of anything, it just affects the cue ball. It doesn't really affect the actual ball that I'm the target ball. So I'm not sure. I really don't know. I'm gonna not enough power on that anyway. It's got some good music here too. I love the music in this game. So let's go for the orange next. Ah, yes. So yellow's last, but we haven't done it in order. So this zone pops up on the last shot, and I find it kind of pointless, but basically it makes the ball super bouncy, super responsive, super quick, and chances are you're going to kind of like pot it at some point. But in order to get it, you need to waste a ball. So I'm not really too sure if I really want to do that. I'd rather just go for the shot. And I missed anyway, so see, the ball's flashing at the minute. You also get points. So one of the thing is, like, so you can see that now I've lost that shot, so I've now only got 5 shots left, because you get 2 tries. You get a try where the ball, if you miss, and the ball will start to flash, and then you get another try and it will disappear. Of course, now one of the things I failed to mention, which you would have seen anyways, there are stars that appear over the pockets. If you hit a ball in those stars, you'll get extra points to help you progress with the level, and etc, etc. Zone also does that. So as you can see here, we only got 2 balls in a row, which was terrible. But in number sequence, we got 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 2,600. I don't know. I can't remember if that's going to be enough to pass the level, but we'll see. This is the trick shot to gain extra lives. As you see, that was very skillful. Yeah, so we needed 3,000. I should have paid attention to that when I started the game, to be honest. So first try failure. Never mind. Just adjusting my microphone. Did that before last time, actually. Right, so now we've got a different setup of balls. So there's a lot more points basically in order we can go for. So let's just crack on. But of course now we're still on stage 1, which is unfortunate. So sometimes you get a super. So sometimes the 9 ball becomes a super ball, and what that does is basically becomes a very powerful ball. You hit it and it keeps going and going and going until I think the cue ball goes down. This is really tough though, because you break and the balls don't really split up as much as you want them to. So they're all really compacted. And really, I've got no choice. I don't really know what to do from here. It's telling me to go for the orange, to do it in number order, all well and good. But I kind of really wanted to go for the yellow ball here, and try and go in order the best I could from lowest to highest. But it's not. I'm not going to get a chance to do that, I don't think here. I really don't know what I'm doing with the spin. Is it going in? No, it's not going in. So here, I'm not sure if that's gonna. No, it hasn't. Oh, yeah, well, that'll do. So as you call it, in the top right-hand corner there, we've got a star, and sometimes you'll get an upside-down star, and they're kind of like trick stars. So you need to kind of be just a little bit weary of that. But that's pretty much the basics of the game, really. I figured this would be a simple little game to go to be honest. It's a classic as well, as I say. I remember a friend of mine used to own this, and I used to borrow it from him quite a lot. His mum used to love playing it as well, because they were big pool fans. And as am I love playing pool. I don't really like English pool, like English pub pool. I can miss, give and take, really. I'll play it, but I don't really like it. Like I prefer American pool, because I prefer the bigger tables, to be honest. That's just how it is. I love playing snooker as well, but haven't really been doing that for a very long time. I had a membership and haven't really used it. So let's go for the red in that corner there. So it's telling me to go for the green, so that's a bit stupid. So I'll try and go for the green instead. It's a bit of a wasted shot, but hey ho, maybe we can leave us in a decent-ish enough position to maybe knock this in here, hopefully. Nah. That's the thing with this game, is this it's kind of difficult to judge where the ball's going to hit. It's because, like, if I was to do this here, my guess is that maybe, just maybe, it might not hit the 9, but I think it's going to hit the 9. Yeah, the collision isn't amazing, but I guess you can judge it if you just think about it properly. So again, like here, will that hit the 9? I think the answer is absolutely, it's going to hit the 9. So let's not do that. I'm kind of a little bit screwed here, actually. I think I'm going to have to kind of hit this dead on. Let's just follow it up with that. Again, like I'm using top spin as if I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing with top spin, but you know, not necessarily with side spin. So again here, you know, I think I'm going to want to, you know, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to need any. Oh, it's telling me to go for the damn brown. Not the writer, the damn brown. See, like, as you can see how it snaps here, so that's going to hit it dead on, and I think that's just not going to hit it enough. So if I hit that but add maybe some left, will that do enough to knock it in the corner? No, it just hits it dead on. So I don't know. I don't know what the bloody hell that any kind of spin does. So I've kind of screwed up my consecutive shot. I may have screwed that up before that anyway. I haven't really got many consecutive shots in this game. It's telling me to go for the black now. See, where it automatically kind of aims for you, you just assume that's the next one. It's not. That's the thing for me with this game, is more often than not, you just got to use your best judgment on where you're aiming, really, I guess. Like, again, like here, it may not go in. There, it's too far, so I'm going to have to kind of go for this. Oh, I did it. And the cue ball stayed on the table. Lovely. See if we can knock that red somewhere. I might knock it in the zone just to show you what we're doing with that. If I can get it in the zone. There you go. So now we'll just whack this full pelt. And then you can see the red. It hit the cue balls, it's taken the momentum away, so that's really wasted. That's really bloody wasted. Oh, for crying out loud. Never mind. We'll go again anyway. It matters not. So this is now being captured using my new game capture card. The game capture card of old is now gone. This is a 4KX, so quite happy to have this. So this allows me to capture at 4K at 140 frames per second, I believe. So I have a game at 140 frames per second. I have spoken before how 30 frames per second is perfectly fine. The problem with my old game capture card is it wasn't even capturing at 30 frames per second, it was capturing at about 20. So it was, or 25 even, so it wasn't anywhere near as good, where I can see on my recording here now that this is perfect. It looks spot on, so I'm happy, really happy with it. So yeah. Ah, shit. I think that's probably going to be game over anyway. Yeah. Game over. Well, we'll go again. It doesn't matter. We'll go again. I'm not great at the game. I never have been. I've never completed it. I've always wanted to, but again, it's one of those things where it's the case of I just can't control that bloody cue ball. There are 2-player options as well, but I'm a lonely bastard. And I mean, I could play with my wife. To be honest, she'll play this game. I think she's played it before, but she's not here right now anyway. She's currently in Southend, sunny Southend. It's a lovely day outside, so get out there, get your vitamin D, which apparently I've got a deficiency in. You know, I had a blood test when I had my second anxiety attack. I had a blood test, and it turns out that I've got a severely low vitamin D deficiency. I think the levels are supposed to be between 40 and 50 or something like, or 35 and 50, and mine were like 22. So basically it's because I'm a recluse. That's what it is. This is on the weekends. I stay in and play games. That's it, really. You know, I think, you know, unfortunately the truth is, the unfortunate truth is that my job does that to me. You know, I have a hard time at work. You know, it's a struggle, and I just want to relax and take my mind off it. And video games is my biggest healer for that. So that is what it is. You know, I'm taking vitamins now, so that should hopefully help. And when it is sunny, I do go out and sit outside. I used to have a cup of coffee, but since my kidney stones, I've not drank any coffee. Yeah, so I've been drinking nothing but water. I'm too scared to get them back again. Anyway, let's move on from that. Let's talk about games. So here we've just got all of them in a row. So we've cleared this stage. So absolutely smashed it. So now we can move on to our next stage. And obviously we're touring America, because where else? America is the only country in the world. Let's get some extra lives. We've got some loads of shots for our next stage here, because obviously the score is going to be a lot higher than 3,000. So I used to love those animations as well. Like, they used to blow me away, even though she's just blinking her eyes. Like, still, like, back in the 90s, that's a big deal, right? So we're now in Las Vegas. Let's do some gambling. Stage 2, 4,000 points. Excuse me. We are playing 9 ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Double sure that we've definitely got all 9 balls on the table. Let's rack them up and smash them up. I'm not using my popper stopper anymore as well because I've bought a new mic arm. I don't know, buying loads of stuff that I don't necessarily want but need. I want to give this, the reason why I bought it is because I want to give this a good go. I want to do YouTube properly. I want to regularly submit videos, upload videos, do some streaming, you know, shorts, all that kind of jazz. I want to, you know, I've spoken about what I want to do, and it's exciting me. It's putting me in a much better mood than I have been in a long time as well. So that's what the Super does. It sends the balls in a fucking frenzy. So until the cue ball goes down, which it has done, that's what it does. So it's quite good. It's handy because we actually potted quite a lot of balls there. So with this, I think I'm going to hit it straight because I think that should not run in. There we go. Let's see. So this is upside down, this star in the middle pocket, top middle pocket there. So that's a bogus star, so we're not going to bother with that. And it will, if you do manage to put a ball in there, it will tell you it's bogus. So right now, all we can really go for is consecutive pots because we're not doing them in number order because we're out of order, well out of order. So I'm going to try and hit this in the middle. I think maybe there might do it. Yep. And let's see if we can knock the orange. I don't think we're going to knock this orange in. This is a problem. This is too far out of reach. I think that there isn't going to do it. I'll go for it, but I don't think it's going to do it. Oh, it's done it. Fuck me. What a shot. I love it. Ah, yes. So another thing I was mentioned on Twitter, actually. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, it's @GamingMasterRA2. So yeah, Master RA, so 2 R's there. @GamingMasterRA2 on Twitter. I recently mentioned that I've been working quite hard on my King of Mortal Kombat series, where I'm just doing a little bit of history about the arcade version of Mortal Kombat, and then I will play the console ports and basically compare them, judge which one is the best of the ports, and then eventually going through all the Mortal Kombat games, we will decide which one is the best Mortal Kombat game, in my opinion, of course. It's not necessarily mean that this is the best Mortal Kombat game. Straight down the middle, that sends all the balls in their respective pockets. Yeah, so in my opinion, which is the best Mortal Kombat game. So anyway, for those of you who love Mortal Kombat like I do, check out part 1 and 2 where I talk about the original Mortal Kombat game, its history, and compare the ports, and let me know your thoughts on which is the best Mortal Kombat game. Anyway, I'm working on part 3, which is Mortal Kombat 2 part 1, because there is 10 pages. I've got 10 pages of script and dialogue at the minute I need to record, and I'm not done yet. I still need to do 3 more ports, and the idea is that I was only going to briefly look at these ports, and I guess I am briefly looking at them, but I have, you know, enough to say about them where I guess it's spread over that many pages. So yeah, 10 pages so far. Mortal Kombat 2 is doing to me, but you know, it's arguably one of the best Mortal Kombat games in the entire series, so I guess there's a lot to say about it, right? But yeah, so that's how that's coming along. I've got a product review that I'm going to be doing soon as well, for retro gamers. I think it's a huge money saver, so keep an eye out for that one too. Yes, it's all looking good. It's all exciting, and I hope that you know, people find it relatively interesting. I'm not the best wordsmith, so don't expect professional reviews or anything like that. I'm just an average gamer. You know, I've never been an amazing wordsmith, but I hope that's what people respect. You know, that you know, they're not. It's not someone who's trying too hard. It's just me being me, and it's just my opinion, and that's what it'll always be. So for all those new subscribers, you know, I've gained 24 subscribers in this in this past week. and I'm so grateful for that, because I've never dreamed I would ever get that many. So if any of those new subscribers are watching this, then thanks so much and welcome to the channel. It's great to have you, and when we do some live streams, get involved. There'll be some live streams. I mean, I want to try and do one a fortnight at least. It won't be regularly, because at the end of the day, I think you have to choose your path when you're doing stuff like this. When you're engaging in social media, you either kind of be a variety YouTuber where you create videos and create content for episodic videos, let's plays, whatever. Or you be a streamer. I don't think you can really do a full time of both. A lot of streamers stream 3 days a week, and that just ain't going to be doable for me, because, I want to create videos, and that takes time. I don't necessarily create videos on weekends, because that is my downtime, although I am recording this on a weekend. However, it's a let's play, and it's only going to take up, it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning yet. It's not taking up my whole day, whereas editing will do. And streaming certainly will do as well. And obviously, when on my weekends, I play the games that I want to be more invested in with a story. We ain't passing this stage. I think the score was 5,000 maybe, but this is going to be a toughie, because I'm going to need to try and knock this in this way. So we might miss this. And we have. Never mind. It's going to go in the no pocket. Yeah, so continuing on from what I was saying, the weekends are the time I want to invest in big games, like story-driven games, etc. It was 5,000, so we'll try again then. So now look at the balls now, they're a bit more spread out. I don't know if that's going to make life easier for us, but we'll find out. I should have probably let's put some top spin on that. I'm not going to put no mass on it. So I think that will actually make the ball jump, I believe. Let's go for that. No, see, this top spin doesn't really do anything. I thought it might follow through, but it doesn't. So I gambled and lost on that, I'm afraid. I hope people can again understand that, because I work a full-time job. This isn't my fuck. Well, that was crap. Yeah, this isn't my job, not yet. Anyway, I mean, if I can get to a point where I can make this my job, then yeah, great. That would be the best thing in the world, because I'm trying to make the best out of a bad situation in my full-time job. Putting on a brave face, smiling, trying to be engaging, all that kind of stuff. Even though deep down there's a lot going on. But if I was able to make money off this and be able to leave that, then I'd fucking do it. Who wouldn't? I want to make money for playing games, doing their passion for a living, playing games. I mean, that's everyone's dream, right? Let's talk more about this game. I mean, I don't know if there is much more to really talk about it, but yeah. I mean, the SNES version to this is also very different. I think it has different music. It might even, I don't think it's more akin to the arcade, because the arcade is actually, from what I can remember, it's a worse version, because it was released a lot earlier than this anyway. So I think there's a lot more detail in this compared to the arcade. I'm not entirely sure. That could be something that I'll look at in a future video, maybe like the history of Side Pocket, because there's a sequel to this game as well that I never knew about until maybe 3-4 years ago, and I think it's called like Minnesota Flats or something like that. I can't quite remember, but it's on PlayStation, but it's unfortunately it's a game I don't own. So if I'm going to play that, it's going to be the naughty way via emulation. But I don't see a problem in emulation. Emulation's fine for old games, such as Sega Mega Drive games that you can't buy anymore and that you're priced out of through eBay because of greedy sellers. I think that's fine. That's what game preservation is. I do have a problem with pirating brand new games that are on sale. Switch games are a big no. You should not be doing that, in my opinion. And people will disagree with me, and that's fine. That's your opinion, but you should not be pirating brand new games. Help the industry. It's struggling. So we need to fucking help it big time. People pirating games, and I'm not a fan of subscription-based services either, because I also think that's killing the industry. But people will argue against that. Everyone's going to have an opinion. the Game Pass model is a great idea, they say, because it's giving the developers money. But what if the Game Pass deal runs out and they didn't get enough money to cover it? Because what happens if it's a hit? You get a certain amount. Let's say, for example, I don't know. I haven't really got an example of a massive game that was on Game Pass that comes to the top of my head. It was like an indie game that was a huge hit, right? But let's just say, let's use this for example. Let's use Side Pocket for an example, right? Side Pocket comes out. It's got some hype. It's going on Game Pass day one, yeah. The developers only put it on Xbox for now. It's not on any other system, so it's on Game Pass day one. And Microsoft, I don't know what Microsoft pay, yeah. But let's just say, for example, that they say, we'll give you, I don't know, like $1 million or $500,000, $500,000 to $1 million to put it on Game Pass. It'll probably be more than that, to be honest. It has to be, and it goes on Game Pass. And it becomes a huge hit. And let's just say, for example, that the game gets like 10 million downloads or something. If they were to have sold that game for, £5, then they would have arguably made so much more money by selling it. Now, again, I don't know how Game Pass works. So if by any chance that Microsoft work in a way where they say, we'll give you a lump sum to put it on Game Pass, and if there are X amount of downloads, we'll give you more. It may work like that, so that the developer isn't losing out. But the way I see it, that's not how it works. I don't know if that's how it works, but that's how I see it working. They give you one lump sum, you put it on there, and if it's a hit, you're going to lose money because people are going to be downloading it for free when you could have sold it for $5 and made more money potentially. Again, that's just how I view it. It may be completely wrong. Again, I'm not a professional. I'm not a businessman. I don't know how the bloody hell it works. That's just my opinion. I just think subscription-based models are wrong, and it goes the same with PlayStation. But they don't really add games day one on PlayStation. I do think that the PlayStation model is better. Not necessarily for the consumer, because people always say, but for the consumer, you're paying X amount and you're getting a game day one that you don't necessarily have to pay $70 for or £60 for. Fine, that is true. There's no arguing that. There's simply no arguing that. My argument is that. That is what's potentially harming the developers. I mean, even if they're first-party developers, it's okay, fine. Call of Duty, Microsoft have got money to burn. But the way PlayStation do their subscription-based model is that the game comes out, it's out for 6 to 12 months or something like that, and then it goes on the Game Pass, and then it goes on the PlayStation Plus system eventually. And it's the same with their PC releases. And I in my opinion, that works, because you're getting your chance to sell that game. That was shite, absolute shite. You're getting a chance to sell that game. You're making that money, that good money, and then you're putting it on the subscription-based service for those who, didn't necessarily want the game or, didn't have the money at the time, etc., etc. I just think it's a better model. I really do. And the industry does need saving. That's a fact, because we've got job losses all over the place. People are cutting down their projects. There's not going to be as many AAA games anymore because they're too costly to make and they're just not making enough money back. I mean, people might argue as well that Sony. Spider-Man 2, I think, I'm not too sure if that was actually considered a commercial failure or not. It certainly wasn't a bad game. Oh, it was an amazing game, but I don't think it maybe sold as well as they did. That might be a lie. I'm not sure. I haven't seen the stats, but I saw it on the internet that people were saying that it hasn't sold as well as it did. And if that's the case, then there might be an argument to say, yeah, well, even that model's not working, where you sell the game for X amount of time and then put it on your subscription because people aren't buying the games anyway. I don't know. It's a weird one. It is. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, though. We all have our opinions and we're all entitled to them, so comment away. Right, moving on to this game again. I'm starving. I haven't had any breakfast yet. That's what happens. I wake up and pretty much come straight down here and think, well, you know, the wife's in Southend, so I can do this, and you know, I'm not bothering her at least while I do it in the morning. Normally I'd probably do it on a weekday otherwise. Let's see if we can knock this one in. Again, I don't think we're going to be passing this level here. It's a oh, that sucks. I potted both the balls. I guess that's probably true actually. If you pot both the cue ball and the last ball, then it's going to replace it, isn't it? Right, I guess then I'm just going to have to knock this and hope that it doesn't hit the cue ball like it did there. But just don't. There we go. Okay, it's safe. Nice. 600 extra points. I guess that'll do. But I think it's already too late. We're not going to do this. It's 30 minutes long, this video. Jeez, I'm going to have to leave it here, I reckon. 500. 1,000. 1,500. Any number sequence? Quite a big one. Still not enough. What is it? Might be. You know, I think that's enough. We've done it. Yes, next level. I don't think I've ever got this far. I'm going to leave it just here because it's going to wait for me to do something, and I have no idea. Oh, I might have an idea how we're going to put this. Right, so if you want to join me in part 2 for Let's Play Side Pocket, please do so, because this has been fun. I've enjoyed this. I want to give it a go at least one more time, maybe. We'll see how it goes. So join us in the next video. Like and subscribe if you did, and I'll see you then. Thanks very much. Take care.